find some love. Ah, fuck.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's because of the damn thing yesterday. What do you want from me? I'm not.
Well,
what? What do you want?
I had to nag you.
Well,
at least to be fair, you weren't.
Why do you think? Why do you think I have a? Why do you think I have a woman producer now? I mean, seriously.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. 100%.
Because I just love getting nagged like most men. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me
Yeah.
Oh, just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Oh, just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
And I'm broadcasting live with Artie here. This is the most badass Love Phones cast in the planet. That's how you see it. Shop at the point and Love Phones. Dr. Smaggle.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, Dr. Smaggle. We're taking your Love Phones calls.
Yeah.
And Dr. Jeannie, how are you? Behind the glass.
Thank you very much. Doing good.
So here's the way it works.
Some exciting stuff.
This thing relies sharply on you, right? I don't get a lot of hits for this, but I do it because I love it. I love the Love Phones. If you are below the age of, I will ask you your age. If you are below the age, I will take anything, but do not, if you have a sex life, do not be graphic if you are underage. Okay, that's the one rule. Okay, do not be graphic. I'm not here. I'm here to help you out, not teach you how to get laid. It's like, well, no, how to fuck. I'll tell you what would help me when I was a teenager.
Teach you how to get laid, Towie. Yeah.
Get laid, yes. Technique, no. No. So, like, it's fucking 17-year-old kid asking me, well, should I do this? But no, that's not for me. If you're over 18, I'll give you a suggestion.
You're not gonna be like Vega when Turkey Tom called him, asking him about putting it in.
Yeah. Which would need like directions, stuff like that. You're gonna have to. I don't know. There's plenty of stuff on the internet, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you're under, that's not acceptable for YouTube. That's not acceptable for our community, and I'm not interested in helping you in that area. But if you're over 18, you can be graphic. If I tell you to shut up. There you go. But interestingly enough, you have something for me, Jeannie, not from your personal life, but a story to tell me, Love Phones wise.
Yeah,
open it like this.
I think it does definitely tie into Love Phones, especially with the community we kind of have here.
Okay.
And once again, it has to do with the university.
Okay.
It's a bit of a long-winded story, but I think it's funny. If it's not funny,
I'll tell you.
So,
okay. All right, go ahead.
I found yesterday. I found out something about one of the lecturers at my university.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in my department, and they're no longer there, and you'll see why soon. But I did know her, and I had an interaction with her because basically, we had to pick some modules for. It was my second year, and then I was picking out my third year modules.
Okay.
Some people can take English along with another subject, so she was representing the other subject.
Okay.
And her module was on crime fiction writing.
Okay.
That information is going to be important later.
Okay. Crime fiction writing. Okay.
So basically, I'm just going to hit you with the punch. She was found to have been stalking this other author for 15 years because she thought they were in love.
What constitutes stalking? Like love letters
I'll tell you.
Okay, so, I'd love to hear it.
And it's been going on it was going on about 15 years. This came out in November last year, but I didn't hear about it because I never was never in anything. So I'm not going to say names just because, but she started stalking somebody after they met in like this course in 2005. And originally like they got along well. And they got in contact via email. And there was even a time where the stalker lady.
By the way, that's almost 20. Lady. That's almost 20 years, by the way, not 16.
Well, yeah.
19. That's as long as I've been living in Europe.
The stalking happened a little bit after. It was in about 2006 where the behavior became a bit concerning.
Okay.
And this lady became convinced that she was in a romantic relationship with the other girl, despite there being like no communication of reciprocation. She believed that she received coded messages from this person through various internet channels.
Schizophrenia. That's schizophrenia.
Even though the communication was like one-sided. So this lady began to harass the other person with a flood of letters, emails, and strange messages. And even so, what happened is the lady moved. She was in France for a bit, moved to the UK, and then she was going to the US for a book signing event.
Okay.
The stalker lady followed her all the way to San Francisco for that book signing event.
Was it a public event?
Yeah.
Oh, was she? What did she do? Or what did she do at the public event? Stalking is like, I have a public event I did have a public event in where the hell is Amy Winehouse from? I can't say the people that showed up were stalking me. I told them to be there. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah, no. But like, it's the thing is, it escalates. So, but after that event, this lady just like continued to send her emails and even so threatened to harm the other lady's husband, children, and her pet chickens.
That can't. That is funny. I'll kill your kids, your family, and your chickens, your goldfish. That's pretty wild.
Here's where it gets a little bit creepy, because as I said, she did a whole module on crime fiction writing.
Oh no!
This whole thing that happened was very similar to one of the plots of her books. It literally explores this theme, and it goes on but instead of it, like, it's literally about this lady stalking her. They've just probably changed the names. I haven't read the book.
Okay.
By the way,
but you're gonna. All right.
That.
Okay.
But like, they eventually end up together, from what I understand from it.
Jesus.
So it was like a fan fiction type writing.
The Fatal Attraction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so eventually, she got the lady got arrested.
Oh yeah, because this is beyond. This is serious.
Yeah, it would have been within 2023, because the course was set to run in would have been 2024 is when it was set to run.
Wow.
And it didn't. What is she?
So what happened?
There was a bunch of arguments like for what she did. Let's see. I'll just read directly from the.
Sure.
This isn't. You can look it up in an article.
Okay.
In court, it was revealed that stalker lady suffered from a delusional disorder known as erotomania, where an individual believes they are loved by another person, even if there is no real relationship.
This happens to Smaggle every other week, by the way. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm
the victor, not the victim.
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So this lady was sentenced to 8 months in prison, suspended for 18 months, and then given a 12-month community order requiring rehabilitation and mental health treatment.
Awesome.
And she was issued a lifelong restraining order. So that was like dropped on me yesterday. And then I just did some of my own digging into it. And I was
did
like,
you know this woman?
Phones.
Did you know this woman?
I do love her. I'd seen it. She did a talk for one of our things, because it was picking our modules. And so, because there's the way I'm just going to call it joint honor students, they can pick some English modules, and then they'll pick some modules from their other things. So if they did, for example, drama and English, they would have some drama courses along with some English courses. So she was in a different department. And so when we did this whole talk, they do anyone who takes English, no matter if they're single honors, so they just do English, or a joint honors where they do other modules and like courses, they just put them all together. So she did the whole talk for that one.
Whoa. And then I guess you can't do the module now because she's in jail, is what you're saying.
No, they didn't. They had to move everybody else because one of my friends was like, this is how I got it from. I got this story from her, and then I actually looked it up and like found it on the internet. I was like, oh my fucking god. Oh,
so you heard about this, and then found out, and so you heard about this and then found out it was legit. You didn't totally buy it when you heard it, I guess. Oh, that's so funny. Isn't it great when you find somebody? Me and Dave found somebody to fake their own death and killed somebody else doing it. that we served under. That was a fun find.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think what it was is I didn't know who this person was just by their name. So when I looked it up and saw her face, I was like, "Oh my fucking God, I know who this is."
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, do you know anything about the book? Did she say how she killed her husband, or like what the scenario was? I know you didn't read it, but did you get a synopsis of the fictional part?
I'll just Google it really quick. It's a 2017. I'll just
Sure. I'm interested. I'm mildly interested here.
Honestly, like I low key want to buy it.
Go buy it. I'll buy it for you.
Just to see.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How much you need? I'll buy it for you.
Here, okay. So here's what happened. Oh God damn it! Why is it so?
Okay, take your time. What do you think, Smaggle?
You know, I gotta be honest. I haven't been paying attention.
All right, here's what happened. All right, you got don't pay. Here's the thing. So she was going to take a class with somebody that was stalking somebody else, somebody who's completely out of their mind, and I guess may have been planning killing their family to be with a woman. That's not interesting to you. What interests you? Bowbacks? Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, Bowbacks, Sonic Josh. Yeah, that.
That's it. That's
I have a goldfish vein, Tommy. I have a fucking goldfish vein, dude.
Well, I want to know about this. I think this is very, very interesting. Go ahead, Jeannie.
Bo Luxton has it all. A loving family, a beautiful home in the Lake District, and a clutch of best-selling books to her name. This is the person who was stalked. Not their actual name, though. So enter Alice Stark, an aspiring writer who is drifting through life with a series of dead-end jobs and a freeloading boyfriend. When they meet at a writer's retreat, the chemistry is instant, and a sinister relationship develops.
Ooh.
Or does it? Breathlessly pacey, taut, and terrifying. This book is a startlingly original and unbalancing psychological thriller that will keep you guessing until the very last page.
Guessing if it's real or not. Sounds like it was a plan. So this is a woman that was heterosexual or had a boyfriend, but fell in love with another woman that was definitely heterosexual with a husband.
Mm-hmm.
I got one recommendation. Small, gentle circles. That seems to work. I'm a devout thespian. Lesbian. Thespian. Oh Jesus!
I'm looking at Oh my God. Okay, here.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at the reviews now. So here's one that's got a little bit more. Let's see. Don't care about that. Blah blah blah. So Bo Loxton is an established author of best-selling books. She is married to this guy named Gus, 22 years her senior, and retired from his successful city career. They have 2 young daughters and live in a beautiful house near Gosmere in the Lake District. Bo is blah, 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 blah. And so that, like, she had 2 children. Husband, I don't know how old the husband was, but so, like, and the other woman was a very successful, like, author. Not, like, anyone who knows.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But yeah.
I'd love to know what she does. Did she kill the husband in the book? Or
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe she gets arrested in the book and does time. That'd be funny.
Here. Each section of the book opens with an update from a woman serving time in prison. So.
Oh God! It was autobiographical. It was almost.
Yeah.
Oh, so she knew she was going to jail. I honestly think she has probably some forms of schizophrenia or something like that. That's my guess. That's what Dr. C says. You know, I've heard of stuff like this. Here's another. You know who this happened to?
Oh my God.
David Letterman. There's this woman who used to always break into his house. She finally passed away. I think 10 years ago. But she used to break into his house, and she would say, like, you know, like she had his children, stuff like. He used to lock himself in the closet when she broke in, so she didn't accuse him of rape or anything, which I think she had anyway. Right? Yeah, but Letterman used that. He had to put up with that. I mean, even after he got married, he had to put up with this woman. But she passed away in, I think, a mental institution or something like that. And it sounds like that's because once this woman gets out, you have to keep an eye on her. You know, hopefully they can get through to her some medication, can get her away from it. But people like this, they usually don't quit, or they find a way. You know, obsession it's a powerful drug, man. It's not like, and you could be obsessed and not that bad. I had a really difficult time getting over a girlfriend too. It took me getting in the Army to kind of get over it. Even
Did you threaten to kill her pet chickens?
No, God, no.
Yes.
No, I just got depressed. I was a lot younger. I was a younger man. Like if I was talking to that guy, I'd be, stop doing that, you pussy. But I was a younger man back then. But I thought about I broke up with her in was it 96, and I joined the Army in 2004, so almost 10 years, man. It bothered me. I was involved with somebody else. I got engaged. I still thought of her all the time. It wasn't until I got here that I was able to break it. And I think it was because we lived in the same town. Every so often I'd see her car, and then all the places that we dated was all around that town. And it kept it going. And then somebody was in a bar. I told them that, right? I never did anything crazy. I think the craziest thing is I wrote her one final letter before I joined the Army, just in case I croaked. But I didn't say anything other than I wanted to see her again. That's all it was. But somebody told me, and it was just hard to hear. You're obsessed, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, no, you have a problem. And yeah, I think he was right, and I was pretty like, she did not come to meet me, shockingly enough. I was at 27, so it's almost been 10 years, since we started dating. But I'm glad she didn't, because I probably never got over it. It's weird, things like that. But I think I don't think I was ever. I think I had a problem. I think she was seriously mentally ill, And I didn't like fucking follow her around or do any of that shit. I just sulked in my own private home there and said, I wish I hadn't have done this. I wish I hadn't have done that. I wish I'd have kept her. That type of thing. You know what I did? I'll tell you what got me that way. I met the girl at 17, right? But I didn't know that because I wanted to bang like a million other girls. So what happens, I broke up with her. It's kind of a chasing Amy thing. I broke up with her. I banged my brains out. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I want you back. And she's like, fuck off. And then I was like, how could you do that? You love me unconditionally. Exactly. You fucked that, Tommy. So yeah, then I thought about it wasn't an obsession with her as much as like anger at myself. So that's it. Hey Tommy, did she see us on Tuesday? I'm engaged now. She laughed when I showed her the call and where I announced it and where you replied with, hey, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but thanks for the $4.99.
That's the guy. No, that's the guy who was his wanted to go back into the military, and his fiance now wanted him to kind of be a stay-at-home dad.
Oh, hey Tommy. Oh, you should call in and tell me this shit. Call in later. All right.
Yeah,
call in now. Call in now. Why don't you be the first caller, for Christ's sakes? Well, that's crazy. You got to show me all that stuff offline. Well, I'm not going to broadcast it here, but yeah, you got to show me all that stuff offline. Wow, 200 for love phones. I can't. We better be good today, huh?
200 people and not one fucking person is waiting to call in now. Come on.
They're coming in now. Let's take Tonester now. I want to hear this. All right, Tonester, you there?
Hey.
So the way I understand it is you were offered a stay-at-home thing, but you wanted to join the Army, and I told you don't be a man pet, right? I
think you got that mixed up. I'm the guy who announced it like a couple weeks ago. I was going to Disney and proposing. I worked in the post office.
So
yeah, I did mix you up. I thought you were the other guy.
All right, well then who is he? Then who is he? Sounds just as good though. What happened?
He did just like he mentioned it.
So how'd it go? How'd it go?
He was in post, yeah.
Tones.
Yep. Oh, it went great. Oh, sorry. Yeah. It went great. It turns out you can propose in front of the castle if you ask a couple of people. So that's what I did.
I told you not to do that? I can't believe I told you not to do that.
No, I don't think you said tell me not to do that. You said good luck and hope she isn't a bitch,
which is always my advice. That's right. Yeah, good luck. So. I hope she's not a bitch. I hope or in some cases I've seen this happen, becomes a bitch. Yeah, that happens too. Yeah.
I'm okay, but I don't want to jinx myself.
Women, and this is a part of being married. Women change more than men as they get older. Guys are just fundamentally fucking children to the day they die. They just have to cover it up. They all want the same shit. That doesn't change. Women change a lot. Their bodies change, their hormones change, everything. They look at everything different. So like, you know, one of the things you have to deal with is your wife still has to be your girlfriend, right? And that's partly her responsibility to fill that role once in a while. The problem is they can't do it 24/7 after a while, physically. And I'm not talking about just sex. I'm talking about being your girlfriend, especially when children, because the hormones change and they get these laser focused as they are on you. That's going to the child. And you have to deal with that because you can't get pissed off at that because that's part of the human condition. And that's why, you know, that's important that if she doesn't do it at all and she's still like your girlfriend and not taking, then you got a whole different set of problems. But that does happen. And then that's when the arranged dates and stuff like that. And you got to take them down. It's like, you still have to be my girlfriend once in a while. You know, that's
keep
very
that in
important.
mind.
Well, you probably don't have to worry about it. You're going to be banging your brains out for the next couple of years. So you'll be all right. When that baby comes, you know, like when you first get married, like both my wives, hey, you want to have sex? Sure. Just pull down my pants. You know, like that goes away after a while. She's not that into you after a while. Staying in shape helps, but it's not even 100%.
Thank goodness I lift packages all day.
Once you get the baby aborted and start it all over again.
Oh,
once you get the baby, you go right into second place. You go right into second place.
No.
That's fair.
No, it is. But the good thing is like kids are so cool, especially if you're doing a good job. Like I'm really enjoying it. Then it doesn't bother you as much. You know, I talk about. Well, we talk about the cat and the kid. That's what we talk about. That's what we like to talk about.
I've been an uncle of like 6 kids, so I'm
but being an uncle
in a couple
of
years it'll be exciting.
You'll be a better uncle actually after you get married. You'll be a much better uncle. You have more insight in the world, especially women. Yeah. Sorry
to interrupt the show.
I need you to interrupt. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Well, good luck with your marriage. I think that's really cool at Disney World. Disney World holds I had the best kiss of my life in Disney World. Some girl from Albany, New York, and I'll never forget her. I forgot her name, but it's like there was a place. The name of the place escapes me. If I can't remember, it irritates me. You can't remember. To be could be. I choose to not. Let's move along the song and try to find the plot. There was a girl. I don't know her name either. She gave me love, and I said I'd never leave her if I did. I go back someday and fire her. Maybe I will. I should write a reminder. Have a good day.
All right.
One day, I suppose. One day. You ought to know that band. They're right by Muddy Muddy Bosstones.
Are you going schizo right now?
No, it's a song, you fucking idiot.
It's a
fuck. I'm a romantic person. That's the way I am. I love that girl. I just can't remember her name. She was great. Oh, who the fuck was she? Where's she? I just remember she's in Albany, New York. Poetry by Tommy. No, it was poetry by Dickie, whatever his name, from Muddy Muddy Bosstones, who broke up recently.
Okay, Tommy.
Go.
Do you remember the whole background with Fox or Mr. Fox?
No. Give it to me and I'll pull him.
Okay. He's the guy who apologized to Abby Blackbird because he was really drunk and said some whack shit.
Okay.
And he would not.
Fuck.
Okay. Maybe he's in love with Abby now. That'd be great, right?
That would be great, yeah.
So. Just wanted to give you that context. So.
Okay. Fox, you're on the air.
Actually, I'm surprised you remember the history.
She did. I didn't.
So essentially what happened was like she added me to friends and now I've been on a lot of her streams. We play Fortnite.
That's great. What'd you do? You stop being weird?
Well, stop being weird. I've always been weird.
How you doing with the drinking?
Wait, hold on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're live.
Right, cool. Sorry, I had to pause the stream because it was bouncing around. So no, we're cool. Like I'm in her, channel. We talk and stuff. So essentially, I've been getting better,
Sure.
But I really want to ask you a question because this has been kind of bouncing around in my head for a while.
Hit me up.
I love Love Phones, by the way. I've been watching it for years.
Thank you.
It's my favorite segment you do.
Honestly. You and just about 5 other people. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Fuck you, Tommy.
I know.
Perfect. So I'm gonna throw myself in the mercy of the court here. So I have my own house. I have my own car.
Yeah.
I make a lot of money. Like I have everything I need, right? But I live alone.
Yes.
And I've been so adamant about being alone.
Maybe that's why Abby's playing Fortnite with you.
Thanks for that one.
Go ahead.
Don't throw her under the bus, dude. Throw me under the bus. But anyway, so essentially, like, I'm going back to school for my master's and stuff. But I'm just gonna ask the question. So thank you, by the way.
Yeah, awesome.
So I keep having dreams about having a girlfriend, and I've had girlfriends in the past, mind you.
Sure.
I'm adamant about not having one.
You're an idiot
right now. But what are those dreams? What do those dreams mean?
It's your human nature to be with a woman. It's so self-explanatory.
Is it that simple?
It's just that simple. We're not that complicated creatures. Your mind's telling you to be in a relationship. Your subconscious is very clearly telling. Yeah, he wants to breed. You're trying to breed.
Damn,
but we don't do that. We don't do that. Like, we're self-aware creatures, like a cat. Like, I have to fuck, otherwise something bad's. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I got to do it. Right? That's what's happening to you. But we're self-aware creatures, so we can rationalize things and the things. It's just that simple.
No, it kind of makes sense actually, because like babies. You know what? I wear nice clothes. You know, I drive a nice car. Like, I have all this stuff.
You're a guy, right?
For some reason, yes.
You're a guy, right? You get horny, right?
Of course.
You don't necessarily want to have babies when you have sex, right?
No, I don't.
You know what that is? You want to make babies.
Damn it.
That's what that is. That horny is make babies. Now, your girl can go with pill, you can wear a condom, you can go here. But deep down, under the subconscious, it's spread your seed. That's what it is. That's what horny is. Now, on a conscious level, it's like, yeah, I just want to get laid, right? I don't want any consequences to come with that. But in an animal level, that's what it is. That's what horny is. I want to make babies. Same thing with women.
But dude, like, okay.
So you're dreaming about it? Yeah.
It is. Yeah. No, it's very.
You're waking up with. I'm sure you get a huge boner when you wake up, right? Yeah, of course.
Sexual the dreams, but it's.
Doesn't even. They don't have to be sexual, and you still have a hard on.
Well.
Yeah, I'm like. What do you think I'm guessing here? I mean, like, this is what it is.
Guessing it.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, no,
so
what I'm saying is that it's the companionship. It's
yes.
I think that's.
You know why you want companionship? Because it's easier to make babies.
Yeah, shit.
It is. I mean, now, you can't look at it at a subconscious level. You got to look at it at a conscious level, right? That you want those companionships. But everything we do, both male and female, is geared towards sex. If you listen to any Freud, I mean, like, if you look on top, like, if you look, but that's what everybody does. They go, oh God, he's right.
No.
But
it's because I've had Freud. Like, Freud has been a part of my life for the past 2 years because of my degree.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it's just, it's like
everything we do, it's subconsciously sexually related. It might not be intercourse related, but it is sexually related. Everything we do, we are animals. You know, but the thing is, we're self-aware animals, so we control it. That's why, like, when you marry a girl, you keep your word because you know the damages caused. You still want to fuck everything that moves. It never goes away, but you control it because that's part of the struggle. That's the human struggle. You're not going to do it because
you know what's wild to me?
What's that?
I don't mean to cut you off.
Sure, go ahead.
But here's the wild thing: is that, like, I dress this way, I work this way, I operate this way, I talk this way, and I have all these things because of those things. I think it might. The reason I am having such a hard time, like, getting a girlfriend. It's not that I'm trying. I'm not trying, by the way. I'm not trying at all. Actually, I actively forced it away. I'm a good-looking guy. Okay. But, like, why do I do these things?
Why do you keep yourself from following your nature? Is what you're asking me, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Why do you actively keep yourself from having a girlfriend? You're very confident that you can get a girlfriend anytime.
Oh, yeah. No,
that's above my prey. You're never gonna believe this. I'm not a doctor.
Believe me, I've been watching you for years, dog.
No, I'm sorry. It's like Dr. Disrespect Doctor, but not as creepy.
Not as.
You're never gonna believe that. I don't know. I am gonna make a recommendation for you because this is above my level, and it's not a guarantee because it doesn't always work. And it's not an insult too. By the way, old Dr. Tommy C has been in the real doctor's chair with the real shrink. I told you guys I got locked up when I was a kid, what have you. It might be time to talk to somebody.
What do you mean by that?
Go to a psychiatrist or psychologist or therapist and tell them.
I actually have. and they're
All right,
you know
all right.
they said exactly. I wanted to verify because you said exactly what they're saying.
No, really? It tells you that much therapy I've had.
Well, because I just I appreciate your opinion, and I've been watching you for years.
Sure.
But
this is of like why you do the things you do at that level, right? All right, what do I know? I know you want sex. You know, I mean, all right, that's pretty fucking simple. Anybody could figure that out. What you're talking about, because you're doing something that is against the grain, like I won't say normal, like you're abnormal, but like people don't usually have the problem. I didn't of like forcing themselves to abstain from relationship for sex for no apparent reason other than they think they should do it. Right? That's what you have. That's above my level. And I usually recommend therapy and psychology to people that are obviously breaking down. You are not in that position. Why don't we go before that happens?
It's true. Well, here's the thing. Here's my rationale. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
Do I have time?
Sure.
Okay, so
probably stupid, but go ahead.
It's probably stupid. Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Once I get my master's, I'll, my entry level job is going to be enough to pay for a family. That's what I'm waiting for. I think maybe I'm waiting too long. Maybe I should. Yeah. I don't know if I should start too soon or start later. You know what I mean?
I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you to do that because you really got to have money. You have to have that all. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying is that I want to have.
How old are you?
See, I want to have.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
You need to get going. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah, because
I'll tell you why. Because when I was 39, Tommy was born, and I realized, oh my God, I'll be dead by the time he's my age.
Yeah, see, that's what I talked about that with my family about that.
Yeah, you need to get moving.
Yeah, see, here's the thing.
Unless you want to be old, like I'm an old dad.
No, I know.
I had one at 31, which isn't too bad. I had another one at 39. You know, and one of them's almost grown. Most people my age, their kids are grown. Like Jenny's. Oh, well, actually, not Jenny's parents. Jenny's parents are older than me. But like, there's a lot of my I'm pretty sure that Versa's parents. I think Versa's mom's younger than me, and I think his father's only a little older than me.
No, that's wild to me.
Like the Gen Xers.
Well, yeah, we are. And here I was born in 89.
You were a fucking Y millennial or whatever.
Well, whatever I don't know what the fuck they call it.
You used to be Y. You got incorporated in millennial, but anyway,
well, I still remember where I was in 9/11, so I can say that. So
yeah,
essentially, what I'm trying to say is that I know, right?
Yeah, I wasn't. Go ahead.
So basically, like, I'm trying to make enough money so when I do get a girlfriend or a wife and I have a kid, I can let her stay at home and take care of that kid because that time.
Oh, first you got to find a girl. First you got to find a woman that wants to do that. So you're counting the chickens before they hatch. You got to get in a you got to get in a relationship, and like as blunt as I was with you, you cannot be that blunt with a woman, and you probably wouldn't want her to be that blunt with you. It's time to go out with somebody and start dating, and I think you can handle that and do whatever you're doing. If Ginny can come and if Ginny can come here and help me out with what I'm doing, volunteer, and everything that she's gotten going on academically.
No, she's been great.
But if she could do that, you can get a date.
No, I know I can, but
she's spending probably more time with me than she is her boyfriend. You know, at least on the phone. So you can get a date if Ginny can work with me with the amount of time that she is. And the amount of pressure that she's under. So you can get a date even if you're going with a master's degree. Now, you may have to lay ground rules. This comes first, that comes first. And then you and if you fall in love, maybe you don't want to get your master's. Maybe you're okay now. Maybe you don't know. But you're not going to know it because you're counting your chickens before they hatch.
Let me give you a stipulation. Okay,
sure.
So I'm kind of weird. Like I have a garden. I have a garden. I take Polaroid photos. Like I'm kind of a weird dude.
Yeah.
So like I'm a good looking guy, I do my thing, but like, and then I've been told before, like I'm not fucking glazing myself, which is probably going to come across like I am.
You got to come off that way. Who cares? Just say it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So essentially, like women have told me like you're the perfect you're the package, like you're everything. And I'm like, they're like, well, so why are you single? And I said to one person in another server, like, I was talking to a bunch of women who were like older than me, like your age, like 38, 39. And they said, I was like, well, there's not a lot of single 30.
I'm 48. I'm 48 in a couple days.
Got it. Point still stands. What I'm trying to say is that like literally they told me, I was like, well, I'm 34 and there's not a lot of single 34s out there. And they laughed. And I was like, why?
Not anymore. In the old days, yeah. But you don't have to date a girl that's 30. You could date a girl that's 21 if you can get her. You know?
Well, I mean, my cutoff is like 27.
I don't blame you.
Dude,
don't, yeah. You know? But you don't want her to be too old because it gets more dangerous. Like now, it's not as bad nowadays. You don't want to be in your mid to late 30s when you're giving birth. It's the reason we used to get married when we were fucking 17 and shit. You had to get it out of the way before you couldn't give birth anymore. Now, a lot of those things have changed. You know, lifespans are longer, you know, and things of that nature, but it gets dangerous for women as they get older. You know, I count my lucky stars because, you know, Andy was 35, but it was scary. And, you know, I kept on waiting like, oh, well, we got this problem, we got that problem, you know, and stuff like that. You don't want to have kids when you're older. Go ahead, Jeannie. You're a woman.
I mean, I was a case of that myself. My mom, I mean, it was scheduled C-section, but because I hadn't flipped, and then the umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck.
Yeah, same thing with Tommy. That's the only thing we have with Tommy. We didn't know that till he came out, though.
Exactly. That's the thing. So.
Oh. So you gotta, you don't want to, you know, it's hard enough to give birth when you're like 23. You know, you don't want to, like, you have to consider like biology here too. You got to consider time. You got to consider biology. You got to consider all these things. You know, and you got to consider, you know, just because you're waking up with a boner thinking about fucking banging some bro, it doesn't mean it's a good idea either. You got to balance it all.
Well, here's the thing. It's not about me like fucking like her riding my dick or anything. Like it's just companionship. It's like,
well, yeah, I get that. I get that. But why are you gonna do it? It's like I won't date. Like that sounds stupid. Like everything, you're a conundrum because like everything is counter. Like I want to have sex. We'll go out to a bar. I want a relationship. We'll go meet somebody, ask them for a date, and you're not doing any of it. Everything like. Your answers are like, is it that simple? Yes, it is that simple.
But Tommy's a Sigma male. He doesn't need to sex. Come on now.
Yeah,
fine.
And you're
nice
not
to have him chime in.
Yeah, he's right. How about that? He's right for goofing
no,
on you.
he's always
That's why he's
right.
here.
I mean,
That's
like,
why he's here.
well,
yeah, you know. Yeah. So I mean, you got to do it. Take a fucking chance. Don't be such a pussy. You know. I tell you something. It's something I noticed. Right. You know, like. I watch my kid, right? There's some things that he's absolutely fearless about, like speaking up, doing the right thing. If the fucking soccer ball's in the air, he ducks for cover, right? So that's an area that needs toughening up. There's not just like, if you're not like, I've seen guys that pretty tough guys, but they're pussies in other ways, you know? So you're kind of a pussy in this department. Stop doing it. And that's the only way to do it, you know? Like, so you got to take a chance.
Well, okay, well, I have there's a secondary part of this question.
All right.
So I'm having a hard time, like, not with, like, the women in school, okay? Like, people are telling me, like, hey, go on Tinder, find a date. And I was like, well, that's just not going to fucking breed anything good. Like, it's just
it could, but just make it a date.
But it's a dice roll. So,
well, so, you know, in fairness, so's going to a bar. So's going to a club. And you can't, and here's another thing about Tinder. One thing I didn't realize this, and I'm probably going to change my view on Tinder and dating applications. You can't pick up a girl at work anymore. You are gambling.
Can't.
No,
you're
you
right.
can't. And
you're
that's, by the way, that's when I was a kid, they used to say, don't bring a girl from a bar because that's either the odds of bringing an alcoholic home or you being an alcoholic or anything. But now I recommend going to a bar because that's where you can't get hit for sexual harassment. You're risking your entire career. By the way, guess where most marriages last, where they start? At work and school. So, yeah, like that you blame the feminists for that, but it's just a reality.
You're right. So, moving forward,
Tinder might have to be an option, but like if you want a decent girl, don't do the girl that's like, yeah, I want to fuck. You know, you can't go out with that girl then.
No, it's sex is not exactly what I'm looking for.
Stop trying to prove it. I'm just saying, I'm giving you an example. Like you're sitting there trying to prove who you are to me. I don't give a shit. I'm trying to help you.
No, I know you don't care. I'm just
which means you gotta fucking do something. I'm just giving you examples. Don't take everything so literally.
I'm listening. Okay, sorry.
I'm just giving you examples.
All right, I'll back off.
All right, it comes down to this. Make a move. Make a move. You're staring at the goddamn chessboard. You have the white pieces. The black pieces can't move until you do it. You got to move. E4. Pawn to E4.
Well, my
Or the
main
king.
prerogative is
Pawn the king for.
is the
Queen to knight, bishop 3.
the issue becomes like, do I go on these dating apps or do I go to these bars?
I just told you, go on the dating apps, but don't go to the ones that they try to get the girl, and then go on a normal fucking old-fashioned date. Take her out, pay for everything, open the fucking door, tell her you're old-fashioned, even if you're not, and analyze and use your skills. If you like her, ask her out again. If you like her after that, ask her out again. If that goes well, tell them to come back to you and bang her brains out.
You know, actually,
that's all. I'm literally telling you how to adult here.
I'm actually pretty good about that.
All right, then do it. Then do it. But if you're one of those guys that like, oh my God, this girl, you got a Madonna whore complex. Oh my God, I got her to sleep with me. Now she's a whore. I can't do anything else with her. I can't bring her home when I'm home. No, don't do that. Stupid. You know? So there you go. All right, I got to get going. I got a mad calls I got to get to.
No, I appreciate it, man.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Got to make a move. Who's next, Jeannie?
Alex.
What would you give that guy advice, Smaggle? How would you do that?
Well, I mean, he's already achieving everything in life, so
fuck him, right?
Sure, why not?
Fuck him. If I were you, I'd be like, fuck that guy. Who's next, Jeannie?
Alex.
Good work, Smaggle. Keep it coming. Alex, the Riot. Go ahead. How can I help you on love phones?
Hi, how's my sound?
Good. How old are you?
Don't worry about it. Old enough.
Bye. Would you hear the rules? You got to tell me the rules. You got to tell me the rules because I don't know if you're fucking underage. Do you understand why I asked you for your age now? Alex.
I'm here.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Sorry, I missed the memo. So, hey, sorry. My problem isn't as big as dreaming about having a girlfriend.
I don't care. Tell me.
Okay, so I'm a new dad.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And make a long story short, my wife does not feel comfortable with my mother watching the baby.
Do tell. I've been through this one.
Yeah.
And then you take it personal because it's your mom.
Yeah, and so my mom's she's Southern. You know.
Oh, she's gonna break her heart.
She's a caring mother. She loves the baby more than life itself.
Is there any legitimate?
Emotions, so.
Is there any? I understand all the emotions, and you have every right to feel every one of them. That is your mother. That is the woman that brought you in the world. How dare she not think that should be covered? Now, let's go to your wife for a second. Are there any things in your mother's past or current behavior that might make your wife's fears rational?
Yes.
Let's hear them. Let's hear them.
I'm in a place where obviously, I'm sorry.
Let's hear them.
I have to agree with her. Yeah. I'm in a place where I have to agree with her because she's my wife.
Okay.
But I do see some of them. She's a little bit older.
How old is she?
She's retired.
How old is she?
Sorry,
You are not helpful. You suck at this. How old is your mother?
No, there's probably a bit of delay for it.
Hold on. I think he's in like a shitty internet space.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so just
I'm in Texas.
All right. Alex, how old is your mother?
She's 73.
My parents are too. How old's the baby?
5 months.
What does your mother want, like as far as babysitting is concerned?
What is my mother or my wife?
Your mother. No such thing as free.
So she's able to come over to our house and watch her from when my wife leaves for work to when I get home from work, which would only be about a 4 to 5 hour window tops.
Yeah.
And it would prevent me from having to drive from work.
You don't listen to me. I really. What is her concern? Like, what's the problem? And she's 73. She could be sharp as hell at 73. What, besides being 73, is your wife concerned about? I need to know your wife's concerns.
Yeah. Yes, my wife's concerns are that she is not shown the ability to properly care for her in the ways that we can.
In the past,
like put it just as simple. In the past 4
what
months.
What has your mother done in the past that have given your wife concern?
So she, just speaking strictly from when the baby's been born, when she's been around her, she has made her cry just holding her, which is normal, obviously.
Yeah, that's
but it seems to be a little bit more consistent with her that she's not able to calm her down.
This is a tough one, dude. Because I don't know if that's just a coincidence. Does your mother jerk him around, or she's like is she forgetful? Is there anything else you're leaving out? Yeah, I can't talk to him like this. I can't do anything for him. What, am I crazy here? You hear me, Jeannie?
Yeah, no,
I can't do it. Alex, you got to get better internet. Sorry.
Gotta move to Ohio, dude.
All right, who's next? Kevin? Bridget
next is Bridget Bott. Yeah.
Bridget Bott, you're on the air. How can I help you? Dr. C.
Hello.
Hello. How can I help you?
So, I like this guy, but the problem is I work with him, and he's supposed to have a girlfriend.
He's supposed to be what?
He supposedly has a girlfriend.
Has he come on to you?
A little bit.
In what way?
Like, he's invited me out to drinks. I know. There's a lot of things wrong here. I need help.
How bad do you want him?
I don't know.
Because you know he could do this to you if you fall in love with him, right?
Exactly.
How do you feel about taking? Is he married?
No.
Does he have children?
No.
How old is he?
I'm 23 and he's 28.
How long has he been with her?
So, and I've only heard through friends.
Tell me what you know through friends.
Supposedly less than a year, but they moved in together.
How long?
I'm saying 8 months, I think, because he was saying how.
Are you 100% sure he's into you in that way?
He's I don't know. He's invited me out, which I think well, that's weird.
Has he put his hands on you?
Yeah.
Where?
Just I was showing him, because he's a cook. I was showing him I got burns here, and he didn't have to grab my arm, but he did. I don't know. I don't know what this guy. That's the problem.
Has he bitched about her?
He doesn't talk about her at all.
Well, you could be just a side girl.
That's what they and he talks. This is the other thing. He knows my friends at work, and on my days off, he'll go up to them. It's oh, what's Bridget doing today?
Okay.
Or tell her I said hi.
And you're into him. And he has a girlfriend.
I think so, yeah.
When he says go out, is it with the other people at work or is it just you?
No, just me.
Pretty clear what's going on. I don't think there's any question. Is he European? Why was he?
He's Hispanic.
He's Hispanic? Well, here's the problem. It's you don't know unless you get to know him. If you I definitely wouldn't sleep with him under any circumstances. Yeah, if you do that, you're giving away the farm. I mean, that's a lot easier for me to say and done. I know how fucking, I know how that goes. I know what human nature is. Maybe.
And the thing is, I work with him too. I see him on a regular basis.
How important is your job?
Important enough. He just started 2 months ago, and I've been there 2 years.
Okay, are you his manager by any stretch? Any chance?
No. He's a cook, and I'm a expo. I work on the line with him, but that's it.
All right, you got a couple options, right? You can do not sleep with him. under any circumstances. And if he comes on you and he gets handsy and it looks like it's going that direction, or he tries to put his lips on you or stick his tongue in your mouth or anything like that, you got a girlfriend. And you got to set that line very, very strongly. Okay. But after you set it, you also got to say, yeah, I'm interested, but I am not interested in breaking up a relationship, and I am not interested in being anybody. And you could say this, anybody's side bitch.
Because that's what I want to say. Because he's just being fucking vague about it, and that's what's
you're not in. He's not in a position where he can be that where he can be that open. You're at work, so I don't blame him on that one. So then you got to decide whether to go out with him, okay, and see where the conversation leads him. Do not get drunk.
Oh, my friend said I should.
If you want to bang him,
try to get him drunk. What a good friend I have.
You do not get drunk. You want to be hyper fucking vigilant, focused, and listen, right? He probably, after a couple drinks, will come right out, oh my God, I want this, I want that, I don't want the other thing. And you're going to be like, well, I only date guys that aren't attached, and I'm interested in you, but I do not want any of that trouble, and I will not. If there's any chance for this relationship to start, this is as far as it will go. It will go no further than this unless you're broken up. And that's out of the house too. And you got to let it. That's the only way that's the only way you're not going to find out you're not a side bitch.
Okay. You think I should try though? Because I'm even thinking.
I don't know if you should try, so I'm not going to say yes or no in that. And I think if I was there, I'd be able to read it better because I know guys, right? And I know guys put blinders on when it comes to women they're attracted to, and girls put blinders on when it comes to guys they're attracted to. That's normal, and we all do it. It's a pain in the ass, but we all do it. So, no tequila, all right? Yeah, no hard drinks. We're talking a beer. Like you should, like I would even go like, do you drink when you drive by any chance?
No.
Okay, so you're not gonna have any more alcohol. Like, so if I'm going to drive and I have a beer, I literally wait 2 hours to go by before I have another one. So you don't want to drink anything more than that. So you basically have one, depending on how much time you have, and then see if something comes up. Keep your ears open 9. That's if you do it. See, I don't understand. If you're interested in this guy and he's unhappy, you guys have every right to get together. But the only way to do that is get in. But also, I know dudes. They want to slip right into one thing and get another, and he wants to have everything set.
Yeah, he wants to have his cake too.
Exactly,
I know that.
Exactly. He might just want to sleep with you. And then say, oh my God, I love you. Here, how about this move? You wake up next to him naked and he says, I still love her. And you want to hear that shit.
No, I don't. And that's why it's just like, in some ways, I just want him to like just fuck off at work, like stop. Like
if there's no motivation if you don't come out and say you're interested in him at any level, he's not gonna. I'm gonna talk to you like a guy in a locker room. He's not gonna give up the pussy he has now. It's just the way it rolls.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not. It's just like who does that? I mean, guys. This is gonna sound. Guys look at like relationships like at jobs. Right? This is like you don't get another job. You don't fucking quit the one job until you have the other one lined up. And that's probably, and there's some ups and downs with that. So yeah, you got to see if you interest him, and you got to see how willing he is, and you got to also find out if he contradicts himself a lot, right? And if he says one thing 1 minute, then he's a liar, and then you can move on. Because if he's a liar, he's probably trying to have his cake and eat it too. You don't want that.
Yeah, because it's like. Right? He'll say like, oh, what time do you get off of work? And it's like this time. And then it's like, oh, I get off later. It's like, I don't think you want to wait for me. And then it'll end.
I want you to understand it. Let's pretend he called me, not you. And he called me because he wants to sleep with this girl at work, but he's living with another girl. Here's what I would tell her. Get her drunk. Bang her. And then tell her that you have to settle things with her with your girlfriend, but just keep it going forever. Tell him you're making progress every week, but never make any. What do you think of that?
And I could tell he's that type of guy too, because I was hearing.
Well, if you could tell he's not that type of guy, maybe you should go with your instincts and then forget about him.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, if you could tell, if you're getting the reads, if you're getting that kind of read that you're just going to be somebody he sleeps with, and that's not what you want, then you've been told. Yeah, and the thing is, you're into him, so you're probably blinder. So your gut feeling is probably the thing is this is a no go, right? But I can't sit there and tell you there's no chance because like he's allowed to break. He's not married to her. He just moved in with her. Right? He just moved into her. I got to tell you this. Maybe Vega will get mad at me. And I've noticed this with Latin guys. I'm talking Portuguese, Spanish, fucking South American, and Italian. having more than one girlfriend is a lot more okay in their culture than it is in our, let's say, Central European and Western European. It's a lot cooler.
Tommy.
It's a lot cooler. I mean, God, all the Italian guys I grew up with, it's like, you know, yeah, I have a girlfriend. Guys are that open about it. Yeah, I got something on the side. These guys will talk with their guys because there's the guy code. They won't talk about it. Mm-hmm. You know, they'll be that honest with you. I remember I was such a shock to me because when I was like, you know, I was real self-righteous when I was in my early 20s, and I remember this Spanish guy telling me like how he has a girlfriend. Like, you're married. I met your kid. I met your wife. How can you tell me that? You know, that's just the way the world is, right? I thought he was a dirtbag. He probably was actually, but I mean, from my women's standard, he was. But that kind of happened, and culture may come into it. Like, how Spanish is he? Is he like just off the boat from Argentina or Portugal or something like that?
No.
What's that? I
mean, he's full Hispanic.
He's full Hispanic. Is he? Well, how many generations in the States though?
God, I don't know that much. But
okay. Well, I think you got to take culture in mind. You're like me, super Caucasian, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you sound it. I'm Irish and German.
I am German.
I'm Irish and German and a little bit Swedish. Yeah, I wouldn't. If you like, trust your gut, man. You know, you girls got. Do you know that? I think they've done some not studies, but I think it's the general opinion that women are better at women. Guys do the math better in the poker table, and girls do the reading better in the at the poker table. So your gut feeling is probably pretty strong. You know?
Okay. So
now I want to like when somebody calls me, I want to get them what they want, right? Not necessarily what I would do, right? So like if he called me and I told him that, and you don't want that, what you want is a relationship or something that leads to it at very least. So yeah, so you got to do what I told you. Go out, see where you stand. Or trust your gut, and this isn't the guy. He's trying to make me a guy, just a side girl to sleep with that his wife doesn't know or girlfriend doesn't know about it.
If he's still flirting with me at work, because if I don't want it, what's the move from there to just be like, I'm done? Like,
I do what women do best. Smile about it, but don't inner thing. Don't I don't know, but see that it's going to be annoying to you because you're into him.
Yep.
See, I'm not a big believer in stop interacting with it strongly or don't flirt back. And then if it becomes a problem, tell him you got to stop. You have a girlfriend and I'm not comfortable. Okay. If that's not enough, then you got to go to the management.
Okay.
You know, I mean, so do it that way.
Okay.
You know, don't go to management first thing. You know,
I
get
don't
fired.
So it's just going to be, I'll tell him before I do that.
Call HR. No, don't do that right away.
No.
But like, don't reciprocate, right? Tell me you have a boyfriend, maybe. That might not matter. If he's cheating, he probably won't care. You know. So you know, there's women suck at being players because they don't want to play. They want a man. Vega. That's the thing. Call the Hispanic embassy. All right, you know what to do now. Good luck.
Thank you, Tommy.
Good luck. Cheers. Who's next? Bigums?
Tupac is next. The Tupac of Disc.
What would you do, Smaggle?
One night stand. Leave her on read for the rest of her life.
Yeah, I know. Because that's what you want. That's not what she wants. You creep.
Yo, who the fuck cares about what the woman wants? Who cares?
All right, Dr. Smaggle. The Tupac of Dis. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me, Tommy?
Loud and clear. Very clear.
Fantastic. Yeah, I just ringing in to update you on my situation.
All right, then you're gonna have to go back because I get a lot of them. But what are we talking about?
I'm Brit. I've called in a couple of times within the last year regarding trying to land a girl or girlfriend in London as an art student. And we kind of had a couple of conversations.
Yeah. You don't want the working class broad. You want the fucking lefty broad, but all your values are conservative.
Yeah,
I remember you now.
That's about right.
Yeah, I remember now.
So So I've had a whole summer since speaking to you, and I've kind of been traveling a bit around Europe.
Okay.
And I've had a fair amount of interest from lots of women around sort of the clubs of Europe, like especially in like northern Spain and Norway.
Nice.
And
nice.
So yeah, I mean, to me it was
Spanish Rome said that now he's a socialist. Go ahead.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Sure.
But I the reason I'm calling you this evening is because I'm as I said to you before, I'm living with my parents in South London. But recently, I've signed a lease to move into northeast London. Now, this evening,
Pussy City.
One of the it's more central. Yeah, it's more central.
Nice.
And one of the women comes from Wiesbaden. So I checked the your stream on YouTube, and it's serendipity because you were streaming Love Phones this evening. So I guess the question that I'm here to ask you is it I'm moving in with 3 women, so is this a step in the right direction?
Oh, wait a minute. You're moving in with like separate things, or you're all you're moving with 3
So
women?
it's me and my friend, and then 3 women from a local art school as well.
I don't like that. I wouldn't want to live with 3 women. The only women I want to live with are the ones I'm marrying and sleeping with. I mean, I just don't like that in general. But that might be your financial reality. No, I don't like that because the problem with that is like I was like noise, and then I'm like, oh, like if they hear you banging another girl, they're gonna start bitching about it.
Yeah, I get that sense as well.
Really? They don't want to hear you having sex. They don't want to hear the. And women are catty as fuck. You bring in a girl that's better looking than all of them, they're gonna get pissed. You know,
See,
God forbid somebody likes one of them is into you. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the problem is like I didn't know what they looked like before agreeing to share with them. So, like, I didn't really want them. I didn't want them to be. I didn't want them to be dogs, but I didn't want them to be stunners and worldies. You know.
What are they?
But it turns out they're relatively good looking. So, I don't know. Like, I think
I wish I had your problem.
Yeah,
I'd bang all of them. I'd bang all of them. Move out.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Congrats, you're gonna start a hammer, dude. That's gonna be the young man's dream.
I'm just a bit nervous about it because also like I think
you don't live with Jeannie, do you?
No. He's in London. I'm not.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Oh my god.
Good Lord.
I mean, why is you moving with some guys? Oh yeah, I don't know if it'd be this extreme, but like we were in the barracks, like
all right,
we would bang in front of our friends and shit. Like the soldiers are disgusting, you know.
Oh, that's
gross. It's pretty gross.
Yeah,
it didn't seem like anything back then, but I mean, you know.
You'd be reprimanded now, would you not?
I snitched on him. I mean,
rat.
I don't know where I'm from Jersey. I don't rat on nobody. You know. No, it's just like the worst case scenario is like, can you disappear for an hour? You know? And they're like, yeah, cool, man, high five. that's what living in the barracks is like, but you're living with women, you know. And then there's another thing too. They like you get these it's like, I don't like the way you treat her, and you get all that fucking horse shit, you know. So it's not going to be that easy for you. And they might have boyfriends and ask you to split, which I think you should respect, you know.
Yeah.
And see if it goes both ways.
I mean, for me, I think I'm like, I get quite, as I said, I'm quite like traditional about these kind of things. I do feel attached to these people that I live with, irrespective of whether they're in a relationship or not.
Then move back to your parents, because that's
really
that's going to be a problem. Yeah, you get attached to your roommates. Fuck yeah. Well, I'm really old fashioned when it comes to this stuff. I don't think you should live with women that aren't fucking yours. I mean, I understand there's things you got to do in college and stuff like that, but I'm not a big, like, if you don't, like, you've told me you're probably a lot more conservative than I am. You've told me you're conservative, and because I know what I do. I like it's just the way things roll. It's kind of like a natural thing. I'm not a big believer in it, and you're like more conservative than I could ever be. So you know, I would just I would just do what I had to do. If they start bitching, I'd move out. You know, just knowing eventually they're gonna start complaining and crying about it. You know, and I wouldn't sleep with them because I don't want to interfere. Especially got some fucking hot German broad or some hot Norwegian or Spanish broad. I want to hear from some don't be English chick. That's the last thing I want to hear. I'm not a big fan of English girls, by the way, and I'm not a big fan of American girls either.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, here's the thing, you know, like first of all, like I find the liberal women in Central Europe, and I don't know so much about Northern Europe, like the lefty type of girls that you're attracted to, nowhere near as extreme. Maybe because I don't have the command of the German language, but I don't think so. My wife says some of it's coming in, but it's nowhere. It's bad in England. It's bad in the United States. You know, so my thing is I don't want anything to do with women like that. No, I'm not saying those girls who moved in are like that, but if there's even a fucking shred, I don't want to be near them. I want to live my life, and I don't want them getting involved because it's none of their business. You're not allowed to get in their business, that's for damn sure. But women find it like, I don't think you're doing this. I don't think you're getting involved. Saying like, you guys have a fight one night or something like that. They're like, they start fucking running to her. You know, nosy bitches. Yeah, you didn't see those scenarios happening? I'm surprised.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you're a young guy. Yeah, you're a young guy.
Yeah, but like Tommy, like rent in London is so expensive. Like even
I know
a 5-bed is like so much money. It's like nearly $1,000 a month. Like it's ridiculous.
Start putting money away and get ready. Like if you fall in love with a girl, you start bringing her over and stuff. Just be ready to go at any time.
Ready to go, as in like ready to leave.
New place, yeah. And she's only coming over. Like, if she's from Wiesbaden, she's only come over like once every few months, so it's probably not going to be a problem. You know. And then if you want to keep that girl, don't sleep with them. Even if they offer.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. You've got the situation wrong. One of the ones I'm sharing with is from Wiesbaden, not someone I'm dating.
Are you into her?
No, I'm not into her, but it was just the prompts that reminded me of your stream this evening.
She's German. See, I don't know what German girls are like nowadays, but they're a lot more fun back then, a lot more understanding. Like most of the German women I knew growing up, they didn't think you were much of a man if you weren't getting laid. You know, but I don't know if that's what it's like in London. I don't know how woke she is. You know.
No, London is like to me it does seem a bit of a wasteland for getting laid at the moment. I feel like all my mates wasteland is in desolate, like nothing's going on.
Oh, nothing's going on? Everybody's afraid.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
feminism's been great for everybody, let me tell you. I like the 60s better. We fucking their brains out. I don't know. Like, she's from Wiesbaden. She maybe understands German. I get along really well with German women, super well, right? And I always feel like I can be myself. They might think I'm a little strange and eccentric, but I can still be myself. But a lot of that's passed off to he's an American, so he's so foreign. I don't know if you're going to, because you're English and you're only a country over, if you're going to get that same kind of like leeway, so to speak. But you're just going to have to find out. So move in, and you see how it goes. You know?
Yeah, sure, and I'll keep you updated.
And if y'all single and one of you falls in love with somebody, then I guess you could follow it up. But if you have another girl from the outside, that's where the problems come in. You know, and then if you start sleeping with one of them and not the other, that could be a problem too. You know, that could potentially down the road. Probably, look, you're not going to live with these people forever. All right.
No.
And just know that. So yeah, I think go in, play it smart, and start looking for things that are not like necessarily on the surface. Look for things that could potentially go wrong. I mean, listen to what they say, listen to what they believe. You know, and don't talk about your and nobody wants to hear about your politics or your views in the world. Keep it fun. You're Mr. Fun Guy that's going to be super successful.
Sure.
And keep it that way. That's the only side of yourself you want to show them. You don't want to.
It's going to be difficult with November coming up and all of that stuff. Like I do feel passionately about it. Like it's going to be difficult for that to leak out in a public way, especially when you're living in close proximity with people.
Well, do your best.
Okay.
There is such a thing as none of your business.
Okay.
Are you dating that girl from Norway? Yeah, but it's
No,
but it's personal.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, see, that's what you're saying. I mean, see what I'm
Except,
getting?
yeah.
That's personal.
Sure. Like, okay.
She'll
so,
probably
close the door,
lay off. So if you bring a girl back home, well, they might complain, they might not. I don't know. Depends. The German girl won't, the English girl will. Watch. You know, in my experience.
Yeah.
German girl might not complain, but they might bring the guys over too, but they also might have a double standard. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, you dating these art school people. I mean, like everything I know about them is I'm entitled to what I want at all times, and you have to capitulate. Well, that's my personal experience, but I don't know these women. They could be very nice, we're wonderful people. There could be a good time in your life. You could be friends for the rest of your life when you're all married with other people. That could be very well mistakes. I don't know, but you're gonna have to get in there and find out. But I would say don't tell them personally. If you get in a fight with your mom or something personal happens, don't confide in them.
Okay, but it's very difficult to make bonds with people if you don't confide in them.
Don't bond with them. They're roommates. Have drinks with them. Go out together, but don't bond. Unless if you start telling, all right, then date them, bang them.
Have sex with them, but don't bond with them.
Don't listen to him. Dr. Smaggles has a radical view on these things.
Radical.
He's just a resident right now. He's a resident doctor. So.
Thank you, Smaggles.
Resident.
So if you want, if a relationship comes, it comes, and take it how you take it. But if you start, I'm not a big believer in telling things deeply personal, especially ex-girlfriends, family relationships, relationship failures, relationship successes. They don't want to hear that. They definitely don't want to hear that. And not having some kind of emotional and physical relationship. I only talk to women that I sleep with like that.
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I don't know. This happened in the States. It's just this goddamn shame. Us Americans fucked you up. You know that? Because all the European guys used to come over to the States. One of the things they used to say about Americans, these are Gen Xers, all right? What they said was, Americans talk about their fucking feelings too much. They all go to psychiatrists. They all go do that. And I think you guys are doing that too. Don't do it. It's wrong. My life got better when I stopped.
Okay.
Have some rules.
So I confide in my boys, not these randoms that I'm sharing a house with.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, unless you're interested, unless it leads to something, unless it is somebody you want to share time with or generally give a girlfriend a shot. But unless it's that, you don't do that, because here's the thing: the sex in the relationship is going to happen automatically. You're going to go out, you're going to get drunk, it's going to lead to a kiss, it's going to lead to the bedroom, right? And then if that keeps happening, like the next conversation is going to be like, it's going to be awkward in the morning. Well, what do we do now? And then you tell them how you feel. And then the family stuff, then the relationship stuff, then, that stuff comes out. But prior to that, keep guarded. And here's another thing. You'll have women bouncing off the wall because women love a nut they have to crack. If you give them everything, it's like claim for Spain. It's just a good policy to have in general. You don't want to give them everything personal, emotional, because it's like, it's like you're coming too fast for them. Like, all right, I got it. Now what? I know this guy.
Okay.
Have them get to know you. Yeah. Stay mysterious. Especially a German chick. Is this German chick's first time in London?
No, I think she studied here for a little bit, but is returning.
All right. Well, you might be still a little exotic to her. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, to me,
don't tell her about her politics. Don't tell her about her traditions. Don't tell her about any of that shit. Fucking
don't talk okay.
Be funny.
Don't talk about.
They're gonna talk about their shit. They're women, but you listen. Yeah. You listen. You fucking call here and tell me what they fucking said, and I'll tell you what they really mean.
All right, Tommy.
Listen.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I would say is, like, I spent the weekend with my dad this weekend, and he's a bit of a dog. Like,
he's like, yeah, baby, get in there.
He was loving the fact that I was moving in with 3 people.
Me too, but I'm going on. First of all, I would give you the Smaggle advice. I'd be like, just go bang them, But you've made it clear to me in the past that's not exactly what you want. I'm only here to give you what you want, or tell you how to get what you want. right? Just you go bang all of them and fucking create a big mess and have a funny fucking story to tell 10 years from now. If that's what you want, do it. I would, right? But that's not what you want. You want one of these fucking lefty art girls for God knows what reason when you're way better off with a fucking farm girl or something.
Maybe. He did say to me, he said something like, don't wither on the vine. Make sure you go out and have fun whilst you're young. Something like that. He said that.
Boy, he's more old school. How's your dad?
He's 57.
He's like 10 years older than me. Yeah, like he's basically, what he's telling you is get this shit out of your system before you get married. Have you got it out of your system?
Probably not as much as probably not, I would say.
Yeah, but you also don't want to give in to that feeling, I guess, too.
Yeah, it's quite deep, but yeah, I guess.
Well, he's right and he's wrong. If it's not for you, don't do it, right? But if it is, and you're lying to yourself, it's harder for women than it is for women. I think sometimes because there's so much like guy has a bad date or bad sex and it doesn't work out. It's just a funny story. It hurts girls. It cuts them deep. Girls don't deal. I mean, statistically, every study they've done, they don't deal with breakups as well as men do. Men get sad for a day, go out there and get slapped in the back with boys. Girls, it hurts them. Probably because they have a limited amount of time, and guys have till they're like 50. So yeah, like if you want to get that out of your system, then do it. But if those clash with your personal beliefs, then I wouldn't say like override those beliefs or go after them. But he's probably a little more old school like me. It's funny, the outward sexual way is now old school. Old school to me was like the way you do things. That was old school to me. So he's probably more of that. Like he's probably got influenced a lot by that 60s generation, like I did. Because all we heard stories when I was growing up is they're banging at Woodstock. I found that way more interesting. 1989, I was like 13. I was like, wow, Woodstock, it's 20th anniversary, man. Fuck yeah, that's what I want. I want to fucking bang a bunch of chicks at Woodstock. Sounds great. But we also learned lessons from what that's not always the best thing. It can be. I'm kind of in the middle of this whole thing. I get where conservatives look at this situation, right? Where transactional sex, it shouldn't be illegal or anything, but there is a price to pay, and I do agree with that. At the same fucking time, you save yourself to the day of your marriage, and you find out you're sexually incompatible, and then there's a deep personal part of your marriage that's not going to work. Well, how do you find that out? Right? Go out and have a bunch of sex, and the good thing is you can do that nowadays, and you can be on the pill. You can get a condom, be responsible, and do all that stuff. But you can't have it both ways. You got to either go transactional or you got to go old school.
Okay, so you can't hedge on this.
I don't think so. That's my opinion. I'm just Dr. Tommy C. I don't fucking know nothing.
All right. Well, thanks, Tommy, for taking my call. I just wanted to ask just before.
Talking the luckiest guy in the fucking world, and he's like, "Oh, you poor thing." What do you think of this asshole, Jeannie?
I mean, I can understand it, like where he is.
No, you don't. You're like, what the fuck? Why is he
What? Well, no, that is also he made the mistake of, signing up to a lease with 3 girls.
Good luck, motherfucker. Have a great day. Bye.
Yeah. Also, Tommy, before we get other people in, it doesn't look like your Streamlabs is working because any super chats that are coming in are not coming up on screen.
I'm looking on
screen.
No,
so because we've gotten a few.
Okay. First, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. Okay. Hi, Tommy. First time, long time donator on Talking and OnlyFans. Should I wipe her up and get my own Anissa? Love the content. Yes, go ahead. Have a great time and send me a freebie. All right, there you go. What I'll do for that is I'll try to read these other ones and I will go through. I'd much rather you donate on the other one, but I promise on this particular show I will read absolutely everything. It's probably out of my control. This is probably one of those things where it's fun.
Yeah, I can read the other 2 that just haven't popped up that you weren't able.
Actually, I can read the ones on here, no problem. Yeah. It's let's see. She wanted you to give her the home wrecker pass. Yeah, probably Ninja. A little bit. But she didn't give into it, so give her a break. Winter Gaming. I'd say a little harder to date people nowadays than back then. Yeah, I would agree with you too there, Winter Gaming. I read the other one, Scuffed. Hi, Tommy. First time. Well, I already talked to him. I can read those, no problem. But we'll have to go back because I'd rather people donate on Streamlabs. But I will read them. That's all I can do. Hang out and listen to the show. Who's next? Bigums?
Kevin.
I'm going to drink it tonight. All right, Kevin. I can
Hello.
help you.
9mm.
Dr. Tommy C's here. What's up?
Safety. Always off.
I have a question. I'm sorry. I have a question for you. At what point in your life do you think it's a good idea to get married?
When you have money.
Okay. Well,
And you
I'm
love
19.
somebody.
I have a good job. I have a girlfriend I love.
Well, how much? Oh, can you tell me how much you make before you say that?
Yeah, I make 36 an hour. In the next year, I'm forecast to jump up to 44.
Oh wow! And what is that? What does that break down to year wise?
To year wise, last year, half a year I worked there. I made 40,000. Excuse me.
It's not that good.
Yeah, a lot of it's in my railroad retirement because I work for.
I don't want to retire. I'm talking about fucking. You ain't close to retired yet.
I know, 42 years.
But you're locked into a job, if I'm not mistaken, that you're only going to get raises more time. You can't get a raise early or anything like that. It's going to be based on the union and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you want to get married now. How long you been dating this girl?
3 years.
In the old days, I say go for it, but not now.
Why would that be?
Because people change so much, and their desires change, and the way they look at people change, and she's not going to be the same girl. How old is she?
Okay.
How old is she?
We are both 19. We are both fairly young.
Wait till you're at least 20. Tell me when you're out. Tell me when you're out when you're 21, and let's shoot for 23.
Okay.
Does she have a job? Does she have a job? She needs one.
She's a college student right now. She's going for digital forensics.
Why do you want to get married so bad?
Why do I want to?
Yeah.
Because I love her, but I don't know if it's a good idea.
It's a good idea if you're on the same page, and I don't know. And here's the thing. You could be on the same page now and not, by no fault of either your own, in 2 or 3 years. So 19 is too early, in my opinion. It would have been even too early in my generation where you're getting married. All right, think about this. You're doing a World War II marriage, which would have been completely acceptable. Okay. And it's completely acceptable in the sense, it's going to be completely acceptable in the sense where you're both adults. I do believe you're adult when you're 19, just a stupid one. I think you should see if there's any changes. And if there's not any changes by the time you're 21, 22, I think planning a marriage from that point on is not the worst idea in the world. If no desires, no man's coming in between you two, no woman is going to come between you two, and it's the same girl that you still love. You know, here's the thing: like, you might still love her, but it's the same girl. Probably not, because you've been dating her for 3 years. She was a kid when you started dating her.
Yeah, I'm kind of because that's what worries me, right? I'm not going to college. I think college is a fucking sham.
It is,
but college it changes people, and I'm kind of worried her worldview.
That's why, and that is, whoa, you thought by marrying her that would stop that? Fucking hard. You answered your own goddamn question, kid. That's what you got to see. You got to see if she changes. You know, she may get she may get more fucking on your page. She may get less. She may get somewhere in between. She's an individual person. She has her own agency, and we got to see how that develops. And that is why you wait. You have give me the definition on why you wait. There you go.
Okay, thank you, Tommy.
Have a good one, Kevin. Good call.
You too.
All right. Hope you listen, you dummy. Fucking married at 19. What do you think that, Smaggle?
I think he's way too over his head. He needs to be making at least 44,000.
Yeah, but he's locked in, so why not? He's not, like the way I said, like, you know, because he's locked in like a soldier's locked in. So he's gonna get what he gets when he gets it, unless he loses his job. If he gets married too young, he might lose his job.
Yeah. You know, I was gonna recommend him, like, you can marry her, but don't get into the contract. So if you guys do get a divorce, you won't have to like pay all your shit.
I don't believe that. I think what do they call those? Prenups. Prenups work for rich people. I'm not a big believer in prenups. Get one if you can. You know, I didn't get one this time around. You know why? I didn't have nothing. I should have got one the first one. But, there's two ways to look at that. You might have something to take away now. Yeah, prenup. Prenup, I don't think they're that expensive, are they? Are they expensive, Jeannie? And how the fuck does he go? He's been banging that girl since they were both 15? And then when they're 22, hey, you're gonna sign this prenup. Prenups are for guys that already have something. But the problem is, it's smarter to get one when you don't. Because you might have something and don't even know it yet. Maybe he's working at the railroad now, and then he gets something going online on top of it that makes way more money than he's on the railroad. Is she entitled to that? I don't know. There you go. Mm-hmm. So, I knew this guy. What was his name? I forget what he used to be. A love phone doctor. He's a real bastard. On 102.7. I forgot his name. He once made the famous quote: "The size of the rock on the woman's finger is dictated by the size of the knuckle that's under it." Which is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard. In other words, fat finger, small ring, small rock. That was it. So what he used to say is, if you don't get a prenup when you don't have nothing, it's just you're a loser because you don't think you'll ever amount to anything. Right. So that's another way to look at it. But how do you do that? It's easy. All right, he was a 35, 40-year-old radio guy with a lot of money. Yeah, prenup, 100%. Right? And he probably would be a second or third marriage at that point. Prenup, absolutely. How do you justify that when you don't have anything? But here's the thing. It's perfectly fucking logical to do it for the reasons I gave you. You can't tell a woman what I just said.
Right.
You can't tell her, I may have something and I don't think you're entitled to it if I go my own way. And she might say, well, if you get that shit, it might be because of my support. And she might be right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Let's say I hit it really big on YouTube. My wife's probably entitled to most of it. Legally, probably not morally, but legally she is, because it wouldn't have happened unless she supported me for 2 years straight. And that's all she's got to say. I'm fucked.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is why I'm not married or ever.
You're not married because you're a smaggle-daggle.
True.
Let's get
all right,
big.
next caller.
Bigums, go. Bigums.
Oh,
What
hello.
What do you got, man?
Hey, so sorry, I don't want to make the love phones end on a heavy one, but I'm
do it.
I'm in
Let's do it.
Way.
Let's do it. We only got one more person in there, so it won't end with you anyway. So come on.
I needed a little bit of advice on what to do. So I am 25 and I just got out of a relationship with a girl I've been with for about 8 months or so.
Uh-huh.
And she has a 2-year-old son that I'd planned to adopt in December.
Okay.
And she very abruptly ended the relationship.
Lucky you.
She didn't say anything to do with me, but unfortunately about a month ago, her mother passed away unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of said she couldn't be in a relationship right now.
Mm-hmm.
She just needed to focus on herself, but I kind of don't know what to do.
And there's a baby on top. There's a baby on top of you. Attach that baby like he's yours.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be a father.
Look, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something very, very personal, and I hope you believe it sincerely because of the way I behave in the internet, and I am really, really sorry, and I mean that. I'm sorry this happened. It's probably what you needed to hear, right?
Well, I just like I said, I've never been someone that wanted kids, and I fell in love with that kid.
That happened to me
more than her.
She saved your life. That happened to me. Same thing happened to me. I didn't want any fucking kids. I started dating a girl with a kid. I was like, boy, she's a terrible mother. I could do one of the reasons I didn't want to be a father is because I thought I'd be lousy at it, right? And then I dated this girl, and I was like, she sucks. I'm 10 times better than her. And then thankfully we broke up, and I started a different life. And I think that's how you got to look at it. Here's another thing I got to look at. Her mother died, all right? That's really tragic. She's not strong. Do you want to make a baby with her? No, you don't. You got to keep your shit together when people fucking die. Especially when you're a man. But a woman to a certain extent too. You have to keep your shit together. That's life. If you can't deal with death, you can't deal with life. So she just told you, maybe it's not, I'm not blaming her, that when times get tough, she folds. That's not the girl you marry. And you sure as hell shouldn't be taking care of her child. That's verse put it. You dodged a bullet, unfortunately. Because I know you love it. And that's why I wanted to be really clear when I said, no Tommy C bullshit. By the way, my name's Thomas Callanan. All right, I'm not that big an asshole. I get there. I literally been in your position, right? And I know how bad it feels. I'll tell you how bad it feels. When I go to parks around Wiesbaden, I look for that little boy to see if he's okay. To this day. And one time I saw him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Looked for his fucking little curly blonde hair. And I saw him. I saw him when I was with my daughter. And he looked okay. He looked all right. So I am really sorry. Don't take her back. That's my advice. You call for my advice. Don't take her back. Start working on. Take this as, your name is Thomas. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Take this as a lesson. She's not marriage material. I'm sorry about the baby. Are you ever going to get over it? Probably not. Not totally. Only to the point where I am. But right. That's life. That's life too.
I'd never been to a therapist before, but I actually went for the first time, and how they just kind of explained it to. I thought it went quite well. They kind of just explained, look, the only way to process this is you genuinely loved that child and thought you were going to be a father in December. And you have no control over the situation, so you have to process this like losing a child, is how they kind of explained it to
All
me.
right. I don't like the sound of that, but I'm not a doctor. Give that what they're saying a shot.
Right.
So I'm not gonna undermine your doctor. I don't like that, like losing a child, but because it's not. But it does hurt. In fact, I really hate that. I'll be perfectly honest with you, because you don't want to go there. You didn't have to deal with something like that. I don't think, but I think you should deal with this incredible disappointment. But I also think you should reflect on it in the sense that this is completely out of your control.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything wrong here, and I don't know if she didn't either. She just told you that she's not marriage material, and she probably saved you in a weird way. And maybe she did it because she knew it and didn't want to hurt you. Ever think of that?
No.
So she's telling you right now, don't marry me. I'm fucked up.
Yeah,
you ever think of that? People do that. Could be subconscious too.
I thought of it in a way too, because what really just kind of hurt is this. I'd been there a lot, over the last month with her mother passing, but she did all this in a text message, so it was kind of like, oh damn,
out of here. Sorry, I'm sorry. I still think about Angelo. I'd say once a month. Wonder how he's doing.
Oh.
Let's see. What is he? What if he was 2 in 2005? How old is he now, Jeannie?
2 in 2005. It means he was born in 2003, so he'd be 20.
Hope he's okay.
Probably 2021.
I love him to death. I know I could have. His father was no fucking good, and I know I could have done a better job, and I did do a better job.
I had already hired a lawyer and everything. I'd written up a contract. I was going to pay baby daddy $10,000 to sign it over to me.
To the baby?
Well, so the father pays child support, but is not involved at all. She has full custody, so
he's got to sign that, not you. He's got to give that.
No, I know, but I was going to give him an incentive because he's a piece of work. So that's what I was going to do in December. I guess to save me $10,000.
Yeah, what if he doesn't do it? Then they got a whole fucking problem. You got a whole different problem. You end up like my fucking brother gets two kids in there. And state comes and takes them out.
Oh God.
Yeah. 2 little black kids, fucking crack house. Luckily, one of my brother's hands, and he said, "Before I go through with this, you can't take this. She can't change her mind, can she?" And they assured her. The state of Texas assured him it can't happen, and it did. And I've told this story before. I usually get choked up when I tell this story too. When he told the little boy, the one that was old enough, you know what he did? Like, you got to go. He just walked in his room and started packing like he'd done it before. You don't want to do that to yourself, buddy. You know what saved my brother? Maybe God. His wife, who was told she couldn't get pregnant, like 15, got pregnant out of nowhere, and now they have a beautiful child. You know, yeah, you don't want that, man. You got it doesn't feel it, but you dodged a big one, and she may have been subconsciously telling you that she don't probably want to hurt you. You know, just because you're fucked up doesn't mean
that's kind of what, I deleted it all because I'm just trying to get myself right.
I think going to the shrink was a good idea. I also think you know what you need to do. You need to find a girl, and don't put this on her right away. Over time, all right. When you're in love again, and then if you really hit it hard, that's what happened with my ex-wife. I went through that, and then I found somebody, and I'm like, yeah, I can make a baby with this girl. I can make it work, and it didn't work, but you know what? I got a great kid out of it, and I got to live in Germany over it, I guess. I got forced to, but I mean, I make the best of it. And I got remarried, and I have a great kid, and I have a great life, and I just bought a house. Life's ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are saying it's divine intervention and shit. I don't know if it isn't. But what's gonna probably what's gonna make that go away, and you're like, why did I spend a lot of money on the shrink? Is just being in love and knowing that that's your future, and now you can do it. You got the test run. You can do this. You can be a man. You can be a father, and you can feel good about it. And you can do it with a better.
Big positive.
And you can do it with a better woman. And
that's the big positive I've kind of fixed in my life is, it was no one really knew, but I'd been drinking fairly heavy. But ever since all this happened, like I've gone cold turkey. Like I'm really just focusing on myself. Trying to, because I didn't want to have kids before all this happened.
The same thing happened to me. I literally went to bang this chick, and I saw a kid at the end of my bed in the morning, her bed. And instead of freaking out, I'm like, well, I can't do that to kid. And then I kept going back, and then I realized she was no fucking good. And I love the kid. I did. Terribly. And I still think about him. And you're probably going to think about this kid, too.
Yeah,
I'm going to think about moving, too, but I don't know how possible that is.
I'm sorry, you said think about moving?
You might want to think about moving. I don't know. It depends on how bad how long it takes to get over it. But I think start dating. Don't lay this on her right away. And, do the best you can, buddy. And know that you're not the only person. I know it's unique to you, and it is kind of, but it literally happened to me. But I think it made me a good dad. I think I'm pretty good dad. I'm not the best, but I'm okay. I'm okay.
Sure, you went some things in your life, and it made you make some changes.
It's not even that. Yeah. Like, everybody calls in, and they're afraid to get married, and they're afraid to do this, and they're afraid to have kids, because everything could go wrong. And I guess that made it read like there's nothing you can do about it. When I had that situation like you had, I realized there's nothing you can do with it. And if you want to be a man, you got to roll the fucking dice. And now you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready to roll the dice. I hope not too quickly. Think it out. Look for it. Look for those traits in her and other girls. Make sure they're not the same. It's just like the girl that called me before and said, yeah, I think she's one of those guys. You got to go with your gut a little bit. Your intuition is an instinct. I don't think it's magic or anything like psychic ability or anything like that. I think it's just, it's what keeps us alive. So, trust that to a certain extent, not to an obsessive extent, of course. And start moving on. And that's what's going to make that pain go away, or at least be manageable.
So that's, I'm sorry, just tell me again, that was the advice. What's kind of the thing I
move on, find another girl. And now you're not going to be, and if she, like, here's the thing, a lot of you guys don't realize that. I didn't realize, I feel like I'm a moron now. If you don't want to have children, they don't want shit to do with you. Eventually. Because that call is too strong. I know a woman, and I told my wife this. She's getting on, pushing 30, and she was telling me she was seeing children, and her stomach hurt when she saw them. She wanted so bad, but she had nothing lined up. That's Mother Nature. You can't stop that train. Right? So you're doing all this stuff like, I don't want kids and all that, because you're fighting Mother Nature. I'm not a big believer in that. Guess what? The tide gets you. You can't swim against it. Don't matter who the fuck you are. So I think accepting that about yourself, accepting your human nature instead of all this bullshit here on TV. What was that stupid broad, that actress? I don't have any children. I have it great. All I do is smoke pot and masturbate. She's a loser to me. I don't care how good actress she is. Who was that, Jeannie? Who am I talking about? I don't even know.
I have no clue. That's
some girl. Oh yeah, she put out this whole video on how great her life is without children. You know.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I got brainwashed in that type of thingy too. And I found out fighting Mother Nature is counterproductive. Even with the risk of being like, I look, you know, I was surprised. I was, okay, I'm not going to fight Mother Nature. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to be a good dad. And I got divorced anyway. And I thought, I was like, oh my God, I should have fucking listened to my, I didn't do that. I didn't say I shouldn't have listened to my, don't go for it. But you got to move on from this girl. And that'd be crazy if you went back to her. Nuts. She probably did you the biggest favor. That would be nuts. Go to the shrinks, go to, if that's the proper way to process it, like you lost a child, I don't know. That seems a little extreme to me, but I'm not a doctor. They are. They go to school for this stuff. I think, you know, dealing with it with any other kind of depression. And my thing is, Jesus Christ, I mean, the best, you know what always killed my depression is success. So in this case, it's not money, it's a successful relationship. And now you know when that thing comes up, you're not going to be like, I don't really want to have children, and then she ends up sleeping with your friend.
Right. I
now know. Now you know. I could do this. And if you really, all you got to do is ask yourself, can we do this? Am I financially covered? Do I love her? Is she an adult enough? And when those questions, check, marriage, baby time. Making babies is fun, by the way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you have any advice on kind of closure? Just how to?
There's no such thing.
Maybe. No such thing.
No such thing. It's a dragon. Unicorn. I don't believe in it. You know, I told that story too. I remember I watched this serial killer get put to death, or this one of the families, bastard raped and murdered his daughter. So he get invited to the this woman got invited to the execution, right? Because she thought that was going to be the closure. They asked her right afterwards, so how do you feel? You feel better? No, because no such thing as closure. There's just learning to deal with the things that life throws at us and manage it. That's it. I have lots of regrets. But I don't regret anything. Does it make any sense?
Sure. No, it does.
Because I manage my regrets. I manage the pain in my regrets.
Because, you know, I made some little mistakes, and, you know, I probably made some decent sized mistakes in the relationship, but at the end of the day,
I don't know what you could have done to brought on this. I don't know, unless you were giving her drop kicks or something and fucking hitting her from the top rope and giving her power bombs in the living room. I don't think I
showed her the picture.
I don't know the whole situation. Maybe you're a bastard, and maybe you're an unfortunate fucking sad sack that got a little unlucky, and something that I had personal experience with. So, lucky you. Good luck, man.
Thank you. I appreciate your time, Tommy.
Peace, man. You take care, Bickums. There you go. Smaggle, what do you think of that?
I gotta be honest, that just made me sad.
Yeah,
I thought this was supposed to be a fun show, Tommy.
It is fun. It's fun. I'm having fun.
He didn't, dude.
You cry? You cry? Luna, you're on the air. How can I help you? I got one more after this. Luna, go ahead.
Hey. Can someone hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. How old are you, first off?
Oh, I'm 35.
Okay, all right, okay. You sound a little young there, but what can I have you? What kind of Euro are you?
Oh, I live in Austria right now, but I lived in the UK for a while.
Ah, herzlich willkommen. Das ist meine Show, Scharf on the Point. Willkommen. Was ist dein Problem?
Das ist deine Show, nice. Good German, Tommy.
Danke. All right, what you got?
Oh God, I was like calling in for the love phones, right?
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm all ears. Dr. Tommy C. And we got Ginny here. We got Girl backup, and we got Smaggle. You're really lucky.
Yes.
But go ahead.
I don't know. It's weird because I've got Discord on my phone and it sounds very low.
That's very low. Maybe put it to your ear like a phone call. Then put it like a phone call. Yeah, put it in your ear like a phone call. Put the phone on your ear.
Yeah. No, I've got it now. Okay. Yeah, now I hear you.
Oh, now I hear you better too. Okay. What do you got? How can I help you?
Hey, dude. So I would like some love, but I don't have it. So
how far are you? How far are you from? How far are you from Wiesbaden?
Sorry.
How far are you from Wiesbaden? Oh, go ahead. I'm kidding.
A couple of kilometers.
All right, how can I help?
Seriously, like
come
I
on.
drove by you on the way from London to Vienna. I drove by you. I think.
Ooh,
From
Vienna sounds
drove by Wiesbaden.
fun. I'm old and fat, babe, and I'm all used up, so I can't help you there.
No,
Wish I could.
I don't want you. I want some. I would like a German English guy, maybe.
One of those halves and halves, like that guy that does the YouTube thing where where he's half German, half English.
Nah, I don't care about the YouTube thing.
I know a half German, half English guy. Lives in Vienna too.
Wait, what? You know a half German, half English?
Yes, I
Vienna?
do.
Who?
Yes, I do. He
What?
goes by Kraut and Tea.
Is he my age? No, he's not.
How old are you? How old are you?
Isn't
How old
he?
are
Is he
you? How old are you? I think you might
35?
be. You're 34. Oh, yes.
35.
I think you're the same age.
Yeah. I'm fucking old, yeah. Oh,
No,
no.
I think you're the same age, yeah. Well, what happened to you? Why didn't you get married when you were younger? Is it just school or what happened?
No, just mental health bullshit.
Oh,
kind of like the Bo Black thing, but like way earlier in my
Gotcha.
my life.
Been there. And now you want
I sorted it out like throughout my 20s, and but I never had the call, the female call to have.
Oh, you never. Are you having that now? Are you having that now?
No, not really. I just feel like it would be nice to have a boyfriend or girlfriend again. But I don't need a baby, and I don't necessarily want a baby. Like I think they're cute and fine, a way of me.
Okay.
But not,
Let's start. Well, I'm not. You're getting ahead because we don't have to talk babies now. All right. Let's solve the other problem. Maybe the babies come, maybe they won't. I don't know. Now you did mention girl. I'm not as good on that front. I know how to get girls, but I did. Probably not anymore. But
I mean, you've married more than one, right?
Yeah, I know, because I like German broads. I don't know.
I mean, they're gorgeous, no?
Yeah, they are. They're great. And you know what? They leave you alone. That's what I like about it. It lets you kind of be free a little bit. That's what kind of I liked about them. She lets me do my thing. And she's just like,
exactly. I mean, that's who I am too. Like, I'm from Austria originally, right? So I'm like next to Germany.
I know.
So I'm like, my mentality is very German, but I also lived in the UK for a very long time.
Your mentality is very Bavarian, not German. Don't become a German. Bavarian. There you go.
Bavarian, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are pretty much the same. No, stick with I'm all about Bayern, man. I'm all about it as far as the culture is concerned. I kind of like that a little bit. I love my city.
Yeah.
I love my city. I love Wiesbaden. Wouldn't want to live anywhere else on the planet. But I kind of like that old school thing. So what are we gonna do to put you in a position to meet some guys? What kind of guy do you want?
I would love that.
Yeah. What are we gonna do?
So I would love anyone who is kind of nerdy, but also has their own living. Like they have to earn their own living.
Yeah, they have their shit together.
They have to get shit going on
by themselves. Where do you work?
But otherwise, I don't work right now. I'm waiting to get I'm re-educated to be a gardener, like in a building kind of thing.
Have you did you go to pubs? Have you tried online dating at all or stuff like that? Online dating.
I used to in the past, a couple of years ago.
All right.
But now I'm just kind of like either I'm at home or I go to work.
So your age range is about 30 to 45. We're looking at. Okay. So anything is. So I wouldn't be afraid. You're 35 now. A 40-year-old guy is not out of the question. All right. I don't know how you feel about that, but yeah, girls don't mind dating older guys anyway. So
no, of course not.
I will tell you this: a lot of you might have to marry a man that has been in a relationship prior. Good news: second marriages go better. All right, but you can't dismiss them. Okay, great. Okay, we're there. Now, where do you think we got to go? I don't know. Do you live in a village? Do you live in Vienna? You got to start going out and talking. You got to put yourself
in the city. Yeah.
You got to start putting yourself on the meat market.
I don't want to though. Like,
but you got it to a certain extent. I'm not saying go out there and be a slut. All right, I'm not saying that, but you got to get in. You got to get in the game. You got to get in the game.
I know what you mean.
Get in the game. You got to get in. You got to take care of your body. You got to take care of your body.
No, what am I gonna?
What?
Do now? Wait. Take my nicest outfit out to a bar, and then just like order a pint, and then wait for some fucking guy to.
Well, that means you got. Then that's not what you do. You go out with your girlfriends and do that, and you have a girlfriend that's a good wingman. You have a
I don't right now. I just moved back to Vienna from London.
And you don't have any. Well, you can have to then make some girlfriends.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay. I'm going to like education things though.
Okay. And then when you work with those girls in medication, it's like, let's go out and get a drink tonight and talk to the boys.
Yeah. But I don't want to just have like a one night stand. I want to.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Something more.
I said let's go out tonight and talk
to.
But let's go out tonight and talk to the boys. Yeah, that's great. Let's do it. Right? Yeah. And then talk to them, get numbers, right? Or take his number, I'll give you my number, and talk to them on the phone. Talk to them on the phone, and you work it from there. And if the conversation goes, he doesn't freak you out, doesn't look like he's going to fucking murder you and throw you in a ditch, or end up like that Hans Fritzl guy over there, go out with him again alone, without her.
Oh my God.
Yeah, remember him? He's still alive.
No,
I
get you.
You don't want to be like that Fritzl guy, whatever his fucking name is. And
no, nobody. I think it was like a Hans Fritzl.
Hans Fritzl, yeah. Not a nice guy.
I think so.
Not a nice guy. So no,
go out. Nobody wants his dating advice. No.
Go out with the girls. Make something. If guy shows some interest in you. Now I know between German dating, I don't get. It's like watching it's like watching two Vulcans mind meld. So, but do whatever German equivalent to me it is. And I marry these women. And no, but
like look, like wait, Tommy. I moved to the UK, right? Like over 10 years ago. Okay. And I found them to be more free spirited than the Germans or than Austrians, right?
They are.
You know what?
But you're not there anymore.
I mean,
then you're not there anymore. You're back home now, and I'm sure there's
back,
plenty of good Austrian, German, Liechtenstein, and Luxembourg guys. I'm sure there's plenty out there. You just gotta.
No, but it's like Austrian, No, wait, babe. Austrian are more anal than German.
Yeah, a little bit.
You may not believe it, but they actually are.
Yeah, I do, because I lived in a village, so I understand. Right, but that doesn't change anything, because what you've kind of, I don't want to piss you, make you mad at me, but what you kind of told me is you just kind of want it to happen. That's not the way. Like
I do.
It's not. You got to work. You got to work at it. The same way a guy calls me up and how do I meet a girl and how I talk to her is the same thing I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell an incel. Put yourself out there. You got to get in the game. I'm not saying start an OnlyFans. I'm not saying being a slut. I'm telling you not to sleep with them on the first date. I'm telling you not to do that. But you got to scan. How else are you going to find out if they have a decent job? Which, by the way, I don't think there's anything wrong with. How else are you going to find out a decent job if you don't get to know them?
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know I'm right. You know I'm right. I know it's not easy, and I know it's tough in a village. But you are in a major European city. You are in a cosmopolitan city that have people from all over Europe and the world. You have no excuses, young lady. So what you got to do, take care of that body of yours. And I don't say that as insulting. I got to do it too for my health. You got to do it for your health. And then it also makes you more attractive. And it doesn't make you have a good, it increases your odds. All right? It increases your odds to find that guy. Okay? And you're going to try. And then you're going to call back and tell me how that goes. If it didn't go right, tell me what you did. Tell me the truth. And then we'll work from there in the future. How's that sound, sweetie?
Sounds amazing. Thank you, Tommy.
All right. Well, if my wife dies, you can come over here. I'll take care of me. All right. Talk to you later, sweetie. Bye-bye. Oh, she sounds great.
I just wanted to point out that Brandon like video games. I'm pretty sure donated, but it's through Streamlabs.
We're going to read everything after this. This is the last call. Rex is the last call of the night, and we will read everything. I promise. Let's do it, Rex. You're on here. What do you got?
Wait. First things first. I want to say something to SMAGGLEDAGGLE.
Go ahead.
Me and Smaggle go all the way back.
How far?
But not in good terms, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Who's this guy, Smaggle? He probably fell asleep. Smaggle!
Smag.
He fell asleep.
I'll just say it. His friend Lyrics, I was very you heard of the Chris Tyson situation?
Hey,
right?
wait a minute. Whoa. This is Love Phones. What are you doing? You talking drama?
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to clear up the air here.
Bye. That's it. That's Love Phones. No, I didn't open the phones. No. You gotta play ball. Clear the air next time. I think I saved Smaggle from something probably too. No. Tommy needs to fill his new basement. Correct. Send money. All right, let's do the other thing. I'm really sorry the thing didn't work. I'm going to go fuck with it right now. So if I haven't read your thing off, I'm going to read it right now. And I appreciate you gave me a nice donation. If it's big enough, I'll go out. Does that sound good? Poor Smaggle. Smaggle actually did a really good job of sniping today. I just want to... I think he did a really good job. I know it's a little boring for him.
Good job, Smaggle.
I think Smaggle did a great job today. He's very, very funny. He's always funny, very consistent. He probably started his own channel, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, that'd be Lumpy Will. You have to get it next time. All right, let me get it. I have this habit of people like coming up to me and like go in the soccer server and bring up drama and stuff like that. Like, for the show, no. Futuristic chub. Let me hit this sucker and see if I can get this to pop up on screen. Where? Alert box. Refresh. Yeah, alert box not alerting anybody of anything. Yeah, I think it's across the board. Hey, could you let's see what? Well, it's actually both of them. Check Streamlabs on Twitter to ask see if there's an issue.
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah, because I did a couple tests and nada niente. I know. A futuristic hub. All I do is smoke weed and help make Minecraft movies with Seth Rogen. First, Ty Bucks. Homewrecker alert. To be an adult, not a POS. I know he's talking about.
Streamlabs did tweet about it that it's having issues.
Okay, it wasn't
30
me.
minutes ago. So.
Okay. Have you considered a trans woman? I wonder what that was related to. I wonder who that was related to. That was an hour ago, though. Picklington.
It might have been the Fox guy.
Love Phone's better than drama. Yeah. That's right. Sebastian also subscribed. And let's get to the ones we haven't read yet. It's actually not that much. Not too much to go through. I think I want to go out there. We'll start with... Yeah, there's only a couple more. I leave for MEPS for the Marines tomorrow. Good luck, Slizlak. There's no such thing as I don't know, and there's no such thing as no or I don't know. It's just yes and do your best. There you go. Seth Rogen, Winter Gaming. Riley and Fred says, D's nuts. I'll like that. D's nuts. Winter Gaming. Me, LOL. I'm nerdy. Yeah, I liked it too. Become one of those Florian Himsel sugar babies, Riley also said. Winter Gaming. Is there going to be an after show? Yes. Quickly, though. Get one drink, and we'll toast the Smaggle. Love Phones always slaps.
Wait, you done? What the fuck?
Yeah, you did a good job. You did great. No, you sniped when you were supposed to. It was a good one. I liked this one. I thought we did a really good job. Jeannie liked it. Jeannie loves this show. Yeah. I know it was a little rough for you, but you did exactly what I expected to. You killed it. Out of the park. Once in the chat for Smaggle, please. Show me killed it. He was very funny in parts. Every time that's one thing I like about you, Smaggle. I'm going to be very honest. I'm going to drop the Tommy C. Every time I throw you the ball, you catch it. You're not going to always catch it. Everybody screws up. Sometimes I drop.
Yeah.
Every time I throw you the ball, you catch it. And that's something to be proud of. And I appreciate that. You guys are all making me money. You start your own channel, make more money than me. There you go. You know what you should do? I'm telling everybody this. Start fucking rallying tweets and do it in your own Smaggle way.
Yep.
There's a new hole opening up in the market. And you can do the stuff that you like, that you're passionate about. Do it. Do the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah,
do it. I'm all for it. I'll promote the shit out of it. I will promote the shit out of it. You fucking beat me and move on. Good luck. That's what this show's always been about. Helping other people and moving them on. I can't fucking get it. Might as well help somebody else do it. All right?
Exactly, yeah.
All right. And you reading your voice? Awesome. Everybody likes a weird voice to listen to. It's true. I'll help you. I'll help you. Yeah, there you go.
Right, yeah.
Comment SFTP below. You did a great job, Smaggle. And that's it. I think we read them all except for Pat's, who are a guaranteed read. And I apologize for this, but this was beyond my control. This was definitely Streamlabs. They apparently had something better to fucking do. Let's get this on here, and I'll read my Pats and tell you I appreciate it. I'll do an after show right after this. Actually, I'm not going to do a show. I'm going to do a sit down. I'm going to talk to everybody. So yeah, you just pop in. I'll go into Radio Prime, and you guys can bullshit with me or what have you. Or maybe I'll stream something on the corner or something like that. But yeah, and then I'm going to see what I'm going to do with myself tonight, because it's basically my Friday. You know that? Mm-hmm. So our $10 pledges are Massey, Oatbag, Rexon, Abby Blackford, Ashley B, Billiam Bones, Blue Jacket, Cody Grill, Everborn, Final Flash, Latchkey Gothboy, Nesquick, Not Your Typical Mom, Panic Pun, Reynolds Hughes, Taylor D, Tommy C's Cat, Tribby Savage, Jeannie, and Picklington. Thank you so much for supporting the show, and I appreciate it. We had a pretty good fucking sized group today. We did get a drop off around, what was it, hour in, but I do appreciate it. This is one of our bigger love phones. Actually, you know, the thing is, when I've had bigger love phones before, I don't think they were very good. I think they were very good. Very good. I did let the first guy go on too long, but other than that, it's pretty goddamn good. All right? Good stuff. This is my best stuff, I think. And I hope you guys all enjoy it. Smaggle-daggle from Dr. Smaggle, Dr. Jeannie, Dr. Tommy C.
Thank you.
GG, I'm out of here. Peace.